Help support Going In Raw today by becoming a Friendo Club TV member. You'll get access to new bonus episodes every week, including Friendo Club Arcade, Live Power Rank, Vintage 10 for the Wins, and Ask Steven Larson. Get access to Friendo Club TV today by becoming a $5 and up patron at patreon.com/Steven Larson, by throwing us a sub at twitch.tv/Steven Larson, or by clicking join at youtube.com/Steven Larson.
Oh, Steve and Larson! Don't you dare be sour. Clap for yourselves and feel the power. Yes. And all you people out there, you're watching Going In Raw with Steve and Larson.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you'll be listening to for now, right here at youtube.com/Steven Larson. Available wherever podcasts can be found. Taped live at Twitch, twitch.tv/Steven Larson, where some people here like to make it awkward for the other one by yelling at him and accusing him of cheating and all these other shenanigans.
Of cheating. You did cheat me out of Big Red when you stole it from me. That can't be debated.
No, that wasn't cheating. That was stealing. It was
stealing. You cheated me out of a rightful title reign. That's cheating. You cheated me out of
Where's Big Red right now?
It's back there somewhere.
You can't even see him. So what does it matter?
Well, it's the red light back there just kind of blended into the background.
Okay. Didn't realize that. So anyways, join us for who would have thought TLC would elicit such passions out of us. Anyways, hopefully you guys will join us on Sunday to watch us yell at each other some more for WWE TLC. And our predictions are going to go up Saturday, tomorrow. Is that right?
Tomorrow, yeah. We're going to shoot them after this, and then I'm going to edit it right away, and it'll go up first thing, or like 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Anyways. So, yeah, Big Red's going to be back on the line. And then join me for Christmas Steve after that. On December 24th, I believe, is Christmas Eve.
Yes. Historically speaking, yes.
Couple of movies. Or no, I'm sorry,
maybe,
one movie.
Maybe.
One single movie.
Oh, so have you agreed to my proposition?
We haven't filmed predictions yet, so you're not going to know until then. So anyways, yeah, the proposition is if I win TLC, I get to watch Daredevil instead of another movie which shall not be named, lest somebody be timed out. Or I have to watch that and Christmas Twister if I lose TLC. But if I win at TLC, I get to watch Daredevil, the movie that I want to see. Yeah. Oh, crap. That's a good point. Lucifer in chat says Larson's about to burn Steve's Impact shirt.
No, I wouldn't do that.
You do have that leverage.
I would do that. See, I understand. We're not going to get to the discussion we had beforehand, but it was about confidence points, predictions, blah, blah, blah. And you wanted, like, data. I didn't come here armed with data. You know, I came here with a point of view.
Yeah, if you're trying to change my mind on something,
I don't have time prepared.
Ironclad case.
No, I just need to be belligerent, and it worked. I was belligerent, and it worked.
I needed to be belligerent. Yeah, exactly. Anyways, I know you're passionate about something. If you're belligerent
in light of evidence, I came in with belligerence, and it seemed to pan out okay. So
I see. It worked in your favor this time. Anyways, but you owe me one. Then you owe me one.
I don't think I do, because I've given you an out so you can still watch Daredevil. I've given you two opportunities.
No,
you want to see when you're being punished. So
I mean, you get your way on confidence points. I want my way on something.
You did. I gave you an opportunity to have your way on the movie on watching Daredevil twice. I put up for a vote. I haven't accepted that yet, though.
And
now with this proposition, so you have a chance.
I think it's out of whack. Anyways, enough of all this. Most people don't care about this stuff. Let's talk about Smackdown. It was on FS1. No, it didn't get canceled. It's actually on FS1. By the way, Twitch chat, my Steve notes are out there.
There you go. Yeah, it was on FS1 tonight. I know we mentioned it in our Smackdown preview in our news brief today. They mentioned it a couple times on their programming. I'd be interested to see what the ratings are for this particular episode of Smackdown on FS1. I kind of feel like in previous instances when it was on FS1, the ratings were not good. So we'll see how this pans out. That being said, I kind of wish SmackDown would be about an hour and a half of Roman Reigns and then 30 minutes of Bianca Belair and Bayley. If that was the entirety of SmackDown, I would be pretty damn happy.
Yeah. No, I thought there was some. I thought there was some decent stuff. I actually thought the tag match was actually pretty fun.
Yeah,
it wasn't the longest match in the world, but I thought that it was actually a really well told story in a fairly short amount of time. With some cool stuff going. I thought it was a pretty decent story there.
So let's talk about what I'm assuming is going to be the thumbnail title stuff. This Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns thing. So they're finally getting around to booking Kevin Owens as the closest thing we'll probably get today in WWE to like a Stone Cold type. He wants to stick it to the authority that is Roman Reigns. I don't see him going around hitting stunners with Adam Pearce, but when Adam Pearce was trying to cool him down, he was having none of it.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a great moment at the end where Roman and Jay literally bury him under a pile of broken tables and chairs and ladders and think, done. Match at TLC's canceled. Instead, they walk backstage about to have an interview in gorilla position. And on the monitor behind him, they see Kevin Owens emerge from the rubble, take a seat, and Kevin Owens pretty much saying, let me get his exact verbiage here, but it's essentially nothing you or your family could do could keep me down. I'm going to win that Universal title or I'm going to die trying.
Yeah.
So this is a situation that if this was in front of a crowd, this would have been massive. This would have been like a hot segment, you know?
Yeah.
Because the beat down and tossing all the stuff on top of Kevin Owens is a great visual.
It really was. It really was. And it's funny. Here's a preview. I saw you mention this on Twitter, so and I'm agreeing. I'm in agreement with you. This was Kevin Owens's stand tall moment. He got the last word. That's about as much as a guy can hope. To stand tall against Roman Reigns.
Yep.
Is saying you can't, get me down. You'll have to kill me or whatever.
Yeah.
This is gonna be, by the way, a hell of a match.
It's gonna be
It's gonna be a fight. Killer fight. I agree. So yeah, I thought that was good. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I thought that with one big exception, this was a strong-ish SmackDown. I mean, it was a fairly inconsequential one, but the Carmella Champagne toast.
It was too long.
It was way too long. Like, even it was written on her face as she was talking too much.
She was talking about all the high-end champagne she had on their little table there. That was Cook's. That's like $10 a bottle.
Yeah. Well, look, I didn't know that. The yokels don't know that. I don't know. That was like the least of my concerns.
When she went over there and pointed to the champagne that her sommelier had, I was like, that's Cook's.
Yeah.
Come on. At least turn the bottles around so you can't see the labels.
Maybe that I could see the guys getting it as thinking, well, that's kind of the joke, Like, who's gonna know that besides you? I don't know. I don't think the normal SmackDown audience would get that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're all aficionados or even know the scantest amount of champagne branding. But yeah, I thought that was kind of, I'll be honest, that was kind of lame. And I think that they're wasting Carmella, when I've seen her, I had the pleasure of interviewing her once. We've seen her before, mainly when she's been a good guy, sort of crack. I think, like they say, like most wrestlers are like at their best when they're like themselves turned up to 11.
Yeah. Extension of themselves. Yeah.
I think we get that most with Carmella when she's a face, when she's a good guy. Because she does come off as like one of the most charming people you'd ever meet. Whether it's on, I've listened to snippets of her podcast with Corey. I don't even know if they do that anymore.
Yeah, they do.
Do they? Oh, that's good. Okay. It's good to stick with something. But like, and when I got the chance to interview her, when she was with Enzo and Cass, there is something that is just intangible about her that can be very, very charming.
Absolutely.
And even though I think she's done good heel work before.
Yeah, she has.
This doesn't suit her. This, as glamorous as her looks might betray, she didn't really come off as this kind of person. It's like when AJ's like first heel run, how it just didn't really suit him all that much. This doesn't really suit her that much. And on top of that, They're giving her stuff that really isn't playing to anybody's strengths. A champagne celebratory toast is not going to play to anybody's strengths. No. But beyond that, I thought that there was a lot of fun in this episode, and it was pretty breezy. It went by really quick.
As a go-home for TLC, I guess the objective of the show was to sell that particular pay-per-view. I don't know how much it accomplished in that regard outside of the Roman Kevin Owens stuff, because, predictably, that was incredibly strong. All that stuff was great.
Yeah. No, it was really great stuff. I mean, dude, I don't know. It's TLC. It's such a throwaway pay-per-view. I don't think... Here's another little preview for you. I don't have... Oh, I do. I have one title change. But honestly, that probably should have happened on Raw anyways.
Yes.
So let's just... Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Let's just dive into this.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens comes out, starts SmackDown with a head of steam. Says, I've talked to my family. I'm good with my family. Roman, your family probably think of you as nothing but a hypocrite. You use your family as pawns. And I know that every time you look in the mirror, you know for a fact that you're a coward. Paul Heyman sort of hastily shows up on the Tron, is asking the camera guy, am I on? He says, I made a mistake about you, Kevin. I thought originally you must be a masochist, coming back this week after what happened last week, because Roman is a sadist. But I was wrong. You're not a masochist. You're a martyr, willing to pay any sacrifice to become Universal Champion. Mutilation won't stop you, so you have to be eliminated, taken out, eradicated. Kevin Owens interrupts and says, that's not going to happen, Paul. Roman won't come find me, so I'll come find him. Then we have our first commercial cliffhanger. We come back, Scrap Iron.
Where he walks up a ramp, yes.
Exactly. Yeah, hell of a cliffhanger. Scrap Iron's trying to talk Kevin Owens out of going to Roman Reigns' room. Owens gets to his room with the giant TV outside of it, starts banging on his door, and Roman's music hits. He's gone apparently the other way around.
Yeah.
They didn't cross paths on the way.
The Tropicana Field is a huge place, so I'm sure it's easy to get lost in the corridors of its labyrinth-like hallways. Here's the thing I noticed about this. So at Amway Center, Roman's locker must have been like some sort of a boardroom or something, because that's nice, like wooden doors, and the inside looked really well appointed.
Yeah.
And this looked like it could have been a broom closet. The door did,
Yeah, I know.
I know Tropicana Field. I've never been there, but I know it's not necessarily. It's like an older stadium, so it's not the most glamorous sports arena in the world. But a bit of a step down for the head of the table in terms of his accommodations.
Yeah.
So anyways, Roman comes out to the ring. He starts talking. He's like, Kevin, I don't want to hurt you or your family, but you're running around.
By the way, I'm sorry. I love when you do your Roman. It's like on the verge of being Funhouse.
Kind of, yeah. Oh, Kevin. He says, I don't want to hurt you or your family, but you're running around telling everybody that I'm a bad guy, but I'm not. I'm just doing what I have to do to be the guy. So to show you, Kevin, that I'm a good guy, I'm going to give you the same opportunity I gave my own family. So he tells Owens, acknowledge me as your tribal chief, as the head of your family table, and they're all good. But if he doesn't, I'm all good. Roman says that Owens won't make it to TLC. He won't make it out of the building tonight. So come down here to the ring and apologize and tell me the words I want to hear. So Owens comes to the ring. Jey Uso runs down the ramp, lays him out from behind. They're brawling on the floor. Roman joins in. Producers and Adam Pearce and refs try to break it all up. Roman tosses Owens the barricade. Him and Jey walk off. Owens is trying to pull himself up as we go to commercial again.
Yeah. We go back to commercial. And then we got, during commercial. So we're back from commercial. Wait, go.
Yeah, Roman and Jey are backstage, and Jay's we got him. He's got the message. Roman says, no, he doesn't understand. He's not going to listen.
He's not going to listen.
He's not going to stop. He says to Jey, end him. Take him out. I don't want to see him anymore.
And that sets up, something that we enjoy seeing on programming, sort of a theme that permeates the episode.
A through line.
Every couple segments, you see Kevin Owens, and he's getting attacked, blindsided by Jey Uso, softening him up for the main event segment. So after that, we have Street Profits versus Dolph Ziggler. What are they called?
Fun match.
The Dirty Dogs?
Dirty Dogs.
The Dirty Dogs.
The Aces.
I still can't find. I looked at WWE Shop. There's a Carmella shirt with a giant picture of her sitting in front of a mirror. It's probably just like the thickest.
Yeah, it's like a vest
body
of
armor.
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't think they even do silkscreen anymore. I think they just do the direct to garment stuff now.
Oh, that could
That's
be.
What that Damian Priest shirt. I'm sure is your Dexter Lumis one.
It's nice. It's soft. It's soft. But I don't know how they would treat like a photograph. That might be different. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, Street Profits versus Dolph and Rude. I really enjoyed this match. It's kind of weird though. It was kind of cool.
The Clark Duke promo, the preceding.
Yeah, I have not seen Clark Duke in forever. I know he has popped up. I know what's that?
It's Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah. I was just. It reminded me the thing that Clark Duke was best in. I don't know if you saw my tweet, but him and Michael Cera did a digital series for CBS back in 2006. I think CBS was starting to dive into. Well, everybody was diving into the digital stuff, and it was really funny. I think it's just called like Clark and Mike or Clark and Michael or something like that. And I'm bummed out they never took that to series because it's really damn. It's like Michael Cera, like when he was doing Arrested Development, I think, or right after. It was really good stuff. But yeah, I sort of lost track of him. And then he was in Hot Tub Time Machine. According to somebody, he was also on Big Bang Theory, or maybe it was 2.5 Men. I think it was 2.5 Men.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I don't know. I think he's done a lot. I know he was on The Office also. Anyways, I don't know what he has to do with WWE, but yeah, apparently he's presenting a Slammy.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what Graves said.
Okay.
So anyways, he had some nice words to say about Street Profits. And yeah, this is a fun match. We had a commercial cliffhanger where Bob Roode pushed Montez Ford off the top turnbuckle. They isolate him coming out of commercial. He gets a hot tag. Dawkins goes on a run. Hits Rude. Has Dawkins done this before, like a double arm spinning neck breaker thing?
Yeah,
he has. Okay.
Last month or so. Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
It looks great. It looks awesome. Rude almost gets his glorious DDT. Ziggler hits an assisted Famouser on Dawkins for 2. That was rad. Dawkins gets his spine buster on Dolph. Ford hits the frog splash, but his ribs are so busted it takes forever for him to get the pin, and then Rude busts it up anyways. Rude tries to get the roll up with tights. Ford gets a desperation roll up for 3. I thought this was a really fun match.
It was fun.
They really made it seem like, oh, whoa, the Profits are in actual danger here. They did a great job selling all this stuff.
They did. And also, given the nature of the Street Profits' victory, it opens the door for a rematch down the line because Montez had a handful of tights on that roll up. So after the bout, Rudolph gets in Little Nate's face, pantomiming. Especially, I remember Bob Roode's on his back, his legs up in the air, and Dolph grabbing up on his tights, like pulling on him. She's trying to show Little Nate that Ford had a bunch of tights in the roll up, and they're really going after Little Nate, and Little Nate just starts yelling at him,
barking at him.
It's like it's essentially telling him if you don't shut up, you're going to get suspended.
Yeah,
it's pretty great.
Yeah, is that going to be like a story?
Yeah, I don't know. I would hope so because it really deviates from the norm. Usually that stuff you don't hear any of the audio. You see some of the pantomiming, but you don't really hear the actual back and forth between refs and complaining competitors, you know?
I was worried that Lil Nate was going to give an instruction as opposed to, because I didn't know if they knew they were they were live, like, or you could hear them. Because sometimes they're doing that and maybe they don't know that like the audio is clear as day. I don't know if he was going to start yelling and saying, okay, how much time do we have left? Or something like that, you know?
Or he's going to say, you don't cut this out, super kick.
Yeah, exactly. Chair me.
Yeah. So after that, we see Kevin Owens and Pierce backstage. Owens is still looking for Roman Reigns. Pierce is trying to cool him off. Jay attacks Owens from behind with a chair. He's yelling at Kevin Owens to stay down. Owens pulls himself up after Jay leaves, and Pierce is imploring him, go to the trainer's room. Of course, Kevin Owens, well, actually, he does. He does go to the trainer's room. So after that, we get a Bianca Belair.
That didn't help, though.
No, it didn't. Bianca Belair interview. She's asked what a victory over Bayley would mean. She says Bayley is no role model, but she's been wanting to face Bayley because she is the measuring stick. But she says Bayley always has something to say, and then she's going to do what she does, be the EST and shine. After that, Riott Squad versus Billie Kay and Mystery Partner.
So the Riott Squad.
What was with that promo they had before?
They were wondering who her partner was going to be this week.
Yeah, but they were like,
Liv Morgan, I think thinks that Wonder Woman's a real person.
Yeah, it's not good writing. That's my point. I mean, I understand what they're trying to do.
Terrible writing. Whoever wrote this
awful.
probably wrote Dawkins' quantum mechanics thing that like months ago. I always pin it on like the same one person. I always think it's like
this was such a badly scripted promo. It was so bad.
Yeah,
I don't blame Liv Morgan or Ruby, because I'm sure they were doing the best they could with it, because they probably had this 10 minutes before they started rolling on it. The dialogue was awful.
Here's the thing, though. It could be either way. As we've seen in like AEW, sometimes what if we're blaming some poor non-existent writer?
Entirely possible.
When they were said, okay, hey, you two just give me 2 minutes on speculating on who the partner's going to be. Let's give the wrestler some freedom, and then they just drop this turd.
That could be.
But we don't give WWE the benefit of the doubt around here.
When it comes to scripted promos, yes.
They haven't earned it, damn it.
Nope, they haven't earned it.
Yeah, what the Riott Squad did earn was a W. Billie Kay came out, had Tamina as her partner, gave her own introduction, because on Billie Kay's resume is ring announcer. And Tamina dominated this match, basically, had it won. Billie tagged herself in, got hit with like a double team dropkick move. Liv got the pin on Billie for the win. Tamina was none too happy about that.
And understandably so.
All right, before we continue, here's a word from the sponsor of today's show, Keeps. Hey, Larson.
Yeah?
You know me, man. I've always liked having hair. As far back as high school, I've been wrapped up in it. So when I first noticed it getting a little thin up here, I panicked a little bit. But thankfully, there's Keeps, the simple and easy way to keep your hair.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 men, that's 66%, will experience some form of male pattern baldness by the time they're 35. But the best way to prevent hair loss is do something about it while you still got some hair up there.
Yeah, now it's more convenient than ever. Back in ye olden days, you'd have to go to the doctor's office for your hair loss prescription. But with Keeps, you can visit a doctor online and get your hair loss treatment delivered directly to your door.
So find out for yourself why more than 100,000 men trust Keeps for their hair loss prevention medication. Keeps treatment start at just $10 a month, and for a limited time, you can get your first month free.
So if you're ready to take action now and prevent hair loss, go to keeps.com/raw to receive your first month of treatment for free. That's keeps.com/raw.
Again, that's keeps.com/raw, keeps.com/raw. After that, Carmella's champagne celebration to Sasha. So she mentioned, and I mentioned this earlier, she had her sommelier select a selection of bubbly so she can have the right booze on hand to celebrate her impending victory at TLC. And that's when she touts that she's drinking the expensive stuff, and it's all $10 bottles. Mm-hmm. Anyways, she does the typical heel stuff. I'm better than everybody in the crowd. You guys are sitting on dirty used futons.
My couch is awesome. It costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My couch, it wasn't cheap, but it wasn't terribly expensive.
Crappy $10 champagne. You're talking about my couch?
Yeah, no, I know. She's saying she's got what it takes to be champ. Sasha lists off her immense talents, but calls her mentally weak.
She says she's mentally weak, man. She's basically predicting. She thinks that it's going to be Sasha getting another DQ or Sasha not being able to control herself.
Yeah, and then Carmella Carmella will then exploit that to win the match, or Sasha will get herself DQ'd again, which in the end doesn't really benefit Carmella too much because champion's advantage. Sasha gets DQ, she loses but retains the title.
You know, if you're going to have a match that ends in a DQ and then you do a rematch, shouldn't you just make that match wait, this is TLC. They're not doing this. I don't believe
this has a stipulation attached.
So it's the pay-per-view that's literally named after a violent no DQ stipulation match. Uh-huh. It's a match that has its origins in another match that ended in a DQ, thereby necessitating if you're going to do a rematch and you don't want it in the same way, should probably add a stipulation to it, like DQ.
Well, another thing that Carmella said is Sasha exists on being the best. Mm-hmm. So it's one thing for Sasha to get herself DQ'd, but to do it again would then show, I guess, a side of weakness. Sasha has to prove that she's better, but in doing so, she'll lose control. That's why I said this was way too long. It was kind of circuitous in its logic. So I don't think Carmella necessarily wants a DQ. This is all her attempt to play mind games, and it's a thing where she's just tossing a bunch of stuff out there.
It was a lot. It was so much.
It was a lot. It was a lot. But anyway, she says like Sasha, she's gonna end up losing control. She has to fight her instincts. The same time she has to fight Carmella, and she asks, "Who is Sasha if she's not the boss? If she's not the best?" That's a question not even Sasha knows the answer to, and that's why she is desperate. So Mella's like, "I need to pick me up." She snaps her fingers. Sommelier brings over a glass of champagne. She takes a sip, calls it cheap, just like Sasha. Sasha's music hits. So Carmella sends the sommelier up the ramp. Sasha comes from the opposite end into the ring. She starts laying into Carmella. Bank statement. Sommelier pulls her off. She slaps him, and then Carmella breaks another bottle over Sasha's back.
Hey, let me ask you something. This might just be because it's WWE. When Carmella first recoiled from the champagne, did anything go through your head like, oh, what's in this champagne? Did Sasha put something nefarious?
No, I saw that it was
champagne?
Cook's and she was drinking cheap champampane, and it's okay. I'm sure I've made that face before drinking cheap champagne. So no.
You're like, no, it just tastes like piss, Carmella. Okay. Because it's WWE. They had Jeff Hardy carry the thickest, nastiest jar of
gelatinous piss. Yeah, I know.
And I was like, they wouldn't do this in the women's division, would they? I know they would in the men's division.
Yeah, I know. Here's some carbonated urine to drink.
It cuts to Sasha. She's like holding something under her.
She's got, I don't know what they call it, the things you can put water in, you can carbonate it.
Yeah.
I forgot what they're called.
Oh man!
But it's pee inside. Anyways, next is Kevin Owens, the Traitor Troop. Jey Uso comes in, beat the hell out of him, drives him into the wall, then puts him through a table. Oh man! And next, the King of Strong Style jobbing out to Otis. Pretty quickly too.
I'm kind of curious, like, because some people in chat are making jokes. Other people thought that too. I'm not a weirdo who just makes.
Okay.
No. I'm just saying. I'm wondering because some people here in chat are saying it. I don't know if they're just saying it because I said it. Did anybody else think that Sasha Banks peed in the champagne when she made such a face? I'm like I know maybe it's cheap champagne, but it can't be that gross.
No, it's not. Cook's isn't actually that gross.
Yeah.
So anyways.
Okay, good. At least one other person thought it. Okay. Good.
All right, there you go. So next we got Otis versus Nakamura. Otis is back to wearing the singlet.
Oh yeah.
Gone are the trunks and the half shirt. Singlet again. I'm guessing to line up with Chad Gable. He wears the singlet. Oh no, actually doesn't wear this. Remember Gable's back to wearing the singlet. Because of course, there's Shorty G. He wore the basketball shorts. I feel like before that he was wearing either shorts or trunks. He did wear a singlet.
He was wearing shorts. He was wearing shorts in his tail run of Shorty G. I don't know what he wore last week. I'm pretty sure it was a singlet, but I could be mistaken.
Okay, because if he's going back to the American Alpha stuff, that was a singlet.
Oh yeah.
So, anyways, Otis by and large has control of this match. He hits a bunch of moves, quarter splash, sets up for a caterpillar, and Gable's like, no, don't do the caterpillar, suplex him. So Otis goes for the suplex. Nakamura versus that into a roll up, get to 2. Otis then out of that hits an exploder, follows with a Vader bomb for the win. I mean, if nothing else comes out of this thing with Gable, other than Otis getting rid of the caterpillar from his arsenal, then it was a worthwhile thing.
I wonder if that's part of the idea, because I mean, obviously, this isn't. There are elements of comedy because Gable just sort of his delivery always sounds like comedy, anyways.
Yeah,
there are elements of comedy for sure. This is obviously leading to a feud between these two guys. But I wonder if part of this is to make Otis seem a bit... I mean, maybe... I don't know. Maybe Vince is like, yeah, the Money in the Bank thing didn't work because nobody believes Otis. Maybe this is to make him... But then afterwards... okay, so we'll get to that when we get to it. But afterwards, Gable's like, hey, you should have done the caterpillar. So maybe he's going to bring the caterpillar back. I don't know. It's like Chad Gable's trying to break Otis down mentally. Because, yeah, you know how it is. It's going to be like Otis is going to get rid of all the cool stuff. He's going to be a wrecking machine, but the story's going to be him getting back to being lovable Otis. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So next, we got Sami backstage. He's prepping for the Sammys. Some production guy asking him all these questions to make sure everything's good to go. However, production guy didn't polish the trophy, so Sami leaves, says he's going to get polished himself. Big E walks in. He gets his hands in all the envelopes for all the awards and just laughs. Maniacally. This was interesting. There was an ad for tonight's Talking Smack. right?
Yeah.
Shows all the guests. Conspicuously missing is the guest on one of the guests on Talking Smack. Literally the biggest movie star on the planet.
They mentioned him. They mentioned
him,
but didn't
why
show.
would
I know.
why would that not be literally the only thing you mentioned? Hey, on Talking Smack tonight, yeah, we'll have some SmackDown people, but The Rock has an exclusive interview with Glazer.
I don't know.
Which, by the way, was there any relevant news? Did you check Twitter?
I haven't heard anything about it yet. I have not checked anything about it.
Okay.
But then before we get back to the show, they ran that video package where various WWE superstars, most prominently, I guess, Drew McIntyre, hit their finish on the year 2020. Even 2021 does a run-in and hits like a soaring interstellar powerbomb on 2020 to put an end to that year on the 2021. It's all pretty
shocking outcome for that 2020-2021 matchup.
Well, I don't know.
I mean 2020.
If anybody's in line for a massive push, it's 2021. Really, that's
people are pinning their hopes on 2021. I think maybe a bit too much. I think 2022 is a safer bet.
Really, you think 2021 is kind of getting shoved down our throats a little bit?
A little bit. I'll be honest.
All right.
That's kind of how it feels, man. I mean, it's not going to be till like next November before I'll be able to leave my house again.
Yeah, I know.
I stay inside. I'm not going to have the vaccine until like, and with all the distribution issues they have right now, I'm not going to get that. But watch. Comes January 20th, we'll all get it immediately. It's going to be deposited in our bank account or something. Anyways, so backstage, Gable asks Otis why he didn't hit the Caterpillar. He was like, hey, man, great match, but why didn't you hit the Caterpillar? And Otis is like, oh, yeah, I thought it was a test. And Gable says, yeah, it was, man. Don't do what I say, do what I mean. And that just leaves Otis, who's already a dullard, even more perplexed.
Yeah, he's trying to break down Otis mentally.
I mean, it's not difficult. I feel like he accomplished it week one.
Yeah.
When he had Otis like high-fiving the gym equipment. So then we had the Sami Awards, not to be confused with the Slammy Awards. In fact, Sami Zayn mentions how crappy the Slammies are, and he talks about the Sami Awards being about the will of the people. This is pretty funny because there was like a podium. You know, he had the Intercontinental Championship up there. He had like a little plaque that says Sami Awards. He was all dressed up very nicely. He had combed his hair. He looked pretty great. And he says, let's talk about WWE 2020, the year in review. And he had a video package about WWE's 2020, but it was all just about Sami Zayn.
Mm-hmm.
And so then comes the awards. And so the first award was the comeback of the year. It's a lot of good candidates, Roman Reigns, Edge, but the winner was Sami Zayn. So congratulations, Sami. Next up, match of the year. And the winner was Sami Zayn beating AJ Styles and Jeff Hardy at whatever they fought at.
Clash of Champions.
Thank you. And then finally was the biggest award of the year, Superstar of the Year, and the winner is Big E. And of course, Sami was very taken aback by this because he had obviously done the winners himself. And then Big E comes out he's got like a nice tux without the jacket on. He comes out, he accepts his award, starts giving his speech. Sami keeps on trying to interrupt it. He's yelling at people. Big E shoves him away. And then Sami shoves him, so Big E like punches him in the gut, throws him down the ramp. Big E takes his award and walks
off. Check Twitter, no news on what The Rock
all I saw, like, I walked by the TV when it was on, and there was a clip of The Rock when he was with the Nation, and then it went back to Glazer talking to The Rock, and I assume they were reminiscing, but...
Oh, all right.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. After that, we had a Bayley interview. She said she heard Bianca's interview, and she said it's refreshing that someone actually said something nice about me, and she hopes that Bianca doesn't think that Bayley is going to take it easy on her. And then Bayley puts over her athletic bona fides, listing off all the sports she played in high school. And then she said, Bianca, you should pick my brain instead of pick a fight with me. But anyways, tonight, Bayley is going to put Bianca on the map. It's a really good promo. It's really good.
Somebody said it was an old interview. Ryan Rubik's Cube also says that was literally the whole thing, just a little bit of reminiscing. It was just a clip from their interview. It wasn't even really part of the show. So they just ran a clip.
I guess it makes sense why they kind of underplayed it.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. That's Huh.
That's strange. It is weird. After that, Bianca Belair versus Bayley. This was a really fun match.
Yeah, dude, you can see the wheels spinning with number one. There's two things here. I've sort of come to the realization that Bayley's going to lose a lot between now and the Rumble. She's going to win the Rumble. That's my current theory, because they're going to take all this time. She built up so much credibility. She lost to Natalya, doesn't really matter. She wins against Bianca here after an eye poke or an eye rake. Bianca's going to win ultimately here between these two.
Yeah.
Which is smart, and not necessarily, I don't think, a foregone conclusion. I think it definitely should be the way, and I think that given the outcome of this match, that's how they're going to do it, which I'm happy about. But they could have easily used this as Bianca puts up a really good fight throughout the course of this feud, because there's going to be more matches. Bianca puts up a really good fight, looks great, but loses ultimately to Bayley, who they think really highly of anyways. It seems the opposite. It seems like Bianca's going to come out on top in the end in the match that matters, make her a bigger star. Bayley probably may have one more feud, but we're coming up on the Rumble in like a month. Yeah. So maybe not. She'll ultimately lose this feud, but she's going to win that Rumble. She's going to win that Rumble.
Seems likely. Short of Ronda coming back, seems likely.
Yeah, something crazy. Or Becky, I guess.
Yeah. Anyways, fun match. Belair finding new and insanely creative ways to show off her incredible athleticism. Good story being told in the match. That one bit where Bianca's going for her handspring moonsault. Bayley slips kind of under her and starts working over her arm. Great stuff. Later on, Bianca starts working over Bayley's arm a bit. Just a lot of fun stuff. Then after the bit with the arm, Bayley shows Bianca into the barricade. Towards the end, Bayley trips up Bianca, rolls her up, feet her on the ropes. Ref sees it. Bianca tries to roll up of her own. Bayley kicks out. Bayley goes for Bayley to belly. Bianca blocks that. We get a couple roll-ups. Bianca powers Bayley up for a powerbomb attempt, and that's when Bayley rakes her eyes, follows with the rose plant to get the W.
Yeah. And again, we get, Bayley accentuating somebody's strengths, all the cool athleticism stuff that Bianca brings to the table, and then tells the story from there. Her using her, number one, her tricks, her savvy, to to turn that against Bianca, and
mocking Bianca at every opportunity she gets.
Exactly. Yeah. Good stuff. Can't wait to see more from these two.
And after that, Roman Reigns comes to the ring to deliver his final message to Kevin Owens. So he starts off saying, I don't understand why when you have an opportunity to be in the ring with Roman Reigns, to be the main event of pay-per-view, to be the title match, you would blow it. It's an opportunity that will elevate your career to the next level, get you a massive payday. Owens' music hits. He limps down to the ring or the ramp. Jay runs out to try to get him. And like one fluid motion, Owens is limping by, reaches out, almost no look, grabs a chair, bang. Hits Jay with it. So he limps into the ring. He sets up to go for a stunner on Roman. Jay, by that point, runs back in the ring. And right as Owens is about to drop Reigns with a stunner, Reigns pushes him off. Jay hits with a super kick. Roman falls with a spear. Roman then annihilates Owens with a chair while Jay is putting a bunch of tables and chairs and stuff into the ring. A couple tables are set up. Jay puts Owens through one with like a spine buster. And Roman starts yelling at him and says, you had the opportunity of a lifetime. Instead, you chose to piss me off. And then Roman puts Owens through the second table with a Samoa drop. Jay puts another table in the ring while Roman is beating the hell out of Owens with broken bits of table, and then just starts piling it all on top of him. So there's two broken tables on top of him, one whole table, two ladders, a bunch of chairs, and they start hitting that pile with chairs too. Yeah, it was pretty vicious. They eventually leave. They're in gorilla position. Kayla walks up for the interview. Roman says, I'll give you one question. And before Kayla can ask the question, they look at the monitor next to him and they see Owens climbing his way out of this pile of stuff.
I like that it was Jay who noticed it as Roman was giving, because he hits Roman and Roman has to look, and Jay is like beside himself and Roman's like, what the hell? You have the dialogue there for Kevin Owens, right?
So he gets up, he sets up a chair, sits in it, and he says, Roman, Nothing you do is going to keep me down. Nothing you or your family do is going to keep me down. At TLC, I'm going to take the Universal title or I'm going to die trying.
Yeah. That was really good stuff, man.
It was great. It was really, great. These two guys are so good feeding off each other. Like, in a lot of ways, Kevin Owens is a perfect foil for Roman Reigns right now.
Yep. Absolutely. I just hope, I hope they extend this the way they extended Jay, but I don't know. I don't know if they're going to try to do. I mean, if the rumor is Goldberg is going to be the guy for Roman at Mania, then I guess whatever. But
yeah, they could do Owens again at
They could do Owens again at the Rumble.
At the Rumble, yeah.
Seems like it makes sense.
Black Mega Man gifting a sub to Giga Bomb Apollon.
Cool. Thank you for that.
Probably got that name totally wrong.
That's okay. Let's answer some questions.
Sure.
I've got a thread up here on the Patreon at thepatreon.com/Steven Larson. That's where we have our question thread. And then, of course, Larson reads them from the Twitch chat. Alex Foster asks, how would current Roman work as a mall Santa? He'd work amazingly.
Yeah. I'm guessing you tell every kid they're getting a lump of coal.
Yeah.
Dangum Q says, either of you see Sasha in the season 2 finale of The Mandalorian yet?
No.
Any of season 2 of The Mandalorian yet?
Wait, no, I think, I just have that left. But I was probably going to either watch it tonight with Bama or tomorrow with Bama, but we're all caught up except for that, so I don't want any spoilers.
Shane's birthday tweet, do we ever get the name of the guy who was with Carmella? Nope.
No.
Nope.
I thought somebody mentioned something about that. That he was one of Thatch Can's students.
Okay.
I think they said that, and I was like, okay. Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that. I think I remember that segment. Philly Flexer gifting a sub to Abtastic5. Thank you very much, Philly Flexer.
This is a great question. Church Jackson says, should Firefly Inferno match take place in a burning building? Yes.
They said in the show that the arena was going to be engulfed in flames or something like that. So it's happening in Thunderdome. Yeah. Or surround the ring or arena or something like that. But it made it sound like it was happening in Thunderdome.
Wait, they made it sound like what?
It was happening in Thunderdome.
Okay, I figured it would be. It's we're back, it's like the Thunderdome fans are back. Cinematic matches are just not going to happen anymore, man. There's no evidence to suggest that they're going to come back. I would love for that to be the case. Doesn't mean they still can't do a lot of creative stuff with that.
Yeah.
But
they could even pre-film it. They could even pre-film the Inferno match. They probably should, just for sake of safety.
They probably really should. You could do a lot more stuff. Yeah.
Well, also you don't want to have somebody with fire involved, be airing live, and God forbid something go wrong.
We've seen that. We were there live for that.
Yeah. Ugh.
Oh wow, what a great question. Let's see if you know this, having been born somewhere between 1973 and 76, right?
Something like that. Well, before 75, yeah.
Okay, Wayne Scoggins. Who would win in a no-holds-barred match? Charles Ingalls from Little House on the Prairie or Bobby Ewing from Dallas? They both can scrap. I'm going to give the edge to Charles Ingalls.
Yeah.
Bobby Ewing is a rich dude.
Yeah.
Like, he can scrap, but only to the level that his friends will let him win matches.
Yeah.
Little House on the Prairie, isn't that like in the Frontier days or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's tough living, man.
That's tough living.
Tough living. Yeah, Michael landed in Little House. Vegan Squirrel says, I'm sorry, I must have misheard. Did they just say Nakamura job to Otis? He did not mishear us.
And these days we don't even question it. It's just, he wants to surf. You're going to lose to Otis if you want to surf. Great question. Dog Authority figure. Who's more dangerous? Come on. This isn't even a... Who's more dangerous? Rawgate Mutant or the CGI 2020? Come on, man. Rawgate Mutant's the most dangerous wrestler in the history of time.
Greatest heel of our time. Mm-hmm. Did you read this one you read from Brendan Triola? The Rock did an interview with Glazer that WWE posted a clip of November 25th. I wonder if they're just trying to show a part of that. So
that's probably it.
Yeah.
No,
Sorry, Camby Guy 912 with the sub. Thank you very much.
Rich also in disbelief. Worst SmackDown moment of 2020. Otis pinning Shinsuke. It's just, man. It is what it is.
Link12684 says, do you have any small gripes with WWE? I don't know why, but saying tag team gold when the belts are silver irked me hardcore today.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I've sometimes thought about that.
Yeah, I have too.
I've sometimes thought about that.
But I think that's just a popular term for a championship belt is gold. I think
it doesn't bug me, but when you see it, it's like, yeah, it's silver.
Yeah, it's a bit of a disconnect.
Moses opposes. I just finished Best in the World at What I Do by Chris Jericho. Which current WWE superstar do you think could write a great biography?
I hope the New Day, either collectively or individually, write books when they're either in the twilight of their careers or when they're done. Because I think if their podcast is any indication, it'll be spectacular.
You know what I would love? For Jimmy Uso to write a book in kayfabe.
About Roman Reigns, too. Not even about himself.
Yeah, it'd be Jimmy, so it'd be like...
Oh, okay.
Like 80% like a normal autobiography, and then like 20% this weird stuff with his brother, and then his brother chimes in. Jimmy and Jay write the book together, so it's like this weird, conflicted, propaganda for Roman Reigns, and then, a guy trying to get his brother back.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing too: is Roman writes the prologue, but he hires a ghostwriter to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that ghostwriter is Jey Uso.
Yeah. Jorge D, which WWE wrestler would you have replace the main character of any Christmas movie?
Okay, so I'm just trying to think who would play Billy Bob Thornton in Bad or Santa. It's the unrated version of Bad Santa. It'd be like
Baron Corbin.
Okay, do we have to limit? Because I'm thinking like Randy the Ram.
Oh,
it's Billy Bob Thornton. But yeah, like characters today or guys today. I mean, if you can go outside WWE a little bit, Luke Gallows because of his Sex Ferguson stuff.
Yeah, that's good. White Brownie prop bet. Sorry for who will be Asuka's mystery partner. We'll save that for predictions.
Do you have that as a prop bet?
Yeah, I just put on the thing.
All right. Very well. I already know mine. I'm not going to change it. So just so you know.
Well, we haven't done it yet, so you can change it up until the point where it exits your mouth and it can't change it.
What if I misspeak?
Well, I guess the intent. As long as the intent is, if you misspoke, but at the end it seems like you were trying to say who you eventually said, then it's fine.
I feel like your rule book for predictions is much like WWE's rule book for matches.
No, I think it's pretty cut and dry. There's no sketches.
Andre Zimpel. I liked your sketches back in college. I got a funny hypothetical. This is not funny. He says, you're walking down the street and you get stopped by both Haku and New Jack.
Ooh.
You are somehow able to take out one of them? Really? Wow. But the other one kicks your ass. Who's going to be the one to kick your ass? I'd rather have Haku kick my ass because I feel like he'd know when to stop.
Didn't he bite somebody's tongue off, though? What's the story? Did he...
No, that's a legend.
Yeah,
that may or may not be true. That's out there. Yeah, I'm gonna go with
nose. His nose.
Nose. Okay.
Nose.
Well, maybe if I don't fight back, he won't bite off my nose. I feel like the guy who got his nose bitten off was probably fighting back.
Mm-hmm. That's a tough one.
I'll just take it.
That's a tough one. I don't know.
He was a really good cook. What did he cook? Spaghetti. Straight face.
Night by night, what other Sami Award category should exist, and which would you be most honored to be nominated for?
Oh, man.
Best turnbuckle brain buster.
That's good.
Shout out to El Generico.
Yeah. Christian Womble, is Kevin Owens eventually going to be the guy to beat Roman? No, but that'd be cool if it was.
Yeah, it'd be pretty awesome. Gareth Nicholas, if you were going to have a pay-per-view so close to Christmas or Hanukkah, should it really be TLC? Why not a holiday-themed pay-per-view? Miracle on 34th Street Fight, the pay-per-view.
The pay-per-view, yeah. They've turned every other stipulation match into a pay-per-view. Miracle on 34th Street pay-per-view.
Dawgs says, just watch NXT UK replay, and Walter said in a promo to A-Kid, "You're not me."
All right, I'm going to have to watch that. Hey, A-Kid, you're not me. Brian Luckman, does the math dictate Kevin Owens going over at TLC? No, because he had the last word. He stood tall.
Ryan Supernova, with no Mysterio family tonight, what happens to Murphy? They might just forget about him again. I don't know.
That's right. That was so awesome.
2 weeks in a row now, right? No Murphy?
Murphy was on
last week?
Yeah, because they did. Oh, no. Last week they just announced who the hoodie guys are.
Yeah.
The Knights of
2 weeks in a row. No Murphy. Ryan Ripscube says here, KO told Heyman to give him a call when he beats Roman on Talking Smack. Would Heyman, as Kevin Owens' manager, second mouthpiece, really work with where his character is? Not now, no. No, but
yeah,
I'd still like to see it because they'd probably be a great pair.
You have to appreciate that, Kevin, because you know this stuff with Kevin Owens, whenever he talks about, whenever he has to kayfabe being a good guy, he actually has reason behind it, you know? And regrets about how he comported himself in the past. You know, that's all him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just trying to make things logical for the audience.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Kevin Owens is so great.
He's amazing. One of my favorites.
Yeah.
Big horny dude. Is there anyone now or in the future that can be built up to believably take the title off of Roman?
Yeah,
I think Kevin Owens could.
His name is Big Horny Dude.
I mean, if there's good creative, I think Kevin Owens could. I think Big E could. Hell, Daniel Bryan, if there's a good story.
Yeah. I mean, dude, how great would it be? And here's the thing. This is why it's not going to happen, because it's just TLC. It's just TLC. But if at WrestleMania, if this thing was like from the Rumble to Mania, and it was another year away, and Roman's already beat The Rock, right? And Jay's gone through all this stuff, and Roman has Jay do something, and I don't know what, but so vicious that he sort of passed a point of no return. And then at Mania, they have like a no DQ match, and Jay turns on Roman and gets his, pound of flesh or whatever, and Kevin Owens is able to win the title that way, and then you have Roman and Jay go on to do something else.
That'd be cool.
It would totally make sense, and it'd be great, and it'd be huge. It'd be so huge.
Yeah. Giga Bomb Apollon. So is the end game with Billie Kay reuniting with Peyton, or is she going to be like, F it, where's Sasha? I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with her.
With Billie
Kay. Yeah. Yeah.
I could see the end game being Peyton, possibly. That's a possibility.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A rare moment of, we got to fix this,
I'm just trying to do something, says, will Roman make all his opponents proclaim him as the head of their table? I would love to see that with Goldberg.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's one reason why, I'm, as long as the build isn't 3 months long, Roman versus Goldberg, I'm fine with it. I mean, I guess if it's going to happen at Mania, that's fine, but I'd rather a match with some drama involved.
Yeah. Scooter says, I noticed you skipped my question. Will you read it? I'm sorry, Scooter. I did not see it. So I'll just go ahead and put it back in chat here. You don't have to do a highlighted one. I just didn't notice it before.
Oh, it's over here on the Patreon. The reason I didn't read it is I don't know who that is, so I just
I don't know who that is.
I don't have an answer for you. So, anyways, that's going to do it for us. Rich, I read one of yours. Did you not hear? Anyways, that's going to do it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.
Help support Going In Raw today by becoming a Friendo Club TV member. You'll get access to new bonus episodes every week, including Friendo Club Arcade, Live Power Rank, Vintage 10 for the Wins, and Ask Steven Larson. Get access to Friendo Club TV today by becoming a $5 and up patron at patreon.com/Steven Larson, by throwing us a sub at twitch.tv/Steven Larson, or by clicking join at youtube.com/Steven Larson.